Hey, it's Flippin' MJ here. We're here with our special edition of Aftermath here at Rogue Fights in Laughlin, Nevada. Flip, pretty nice night of fights, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. A lot of great fights. Fight of the night, I think, definitely has to go to the females tonight. They put on an excellent showing. Sitting cage side, I think that I heard some of the hardest hits that I've heard in a long time, and it's one of the best female fights that I think I've seen in amateur organizations. Period.
Yeah, really well matched up. A couple of those fight teams that stood out tonight, Bushido MMA out of Texas, and then you had the Mean One team out of New Mexico. Pretty interesting to see them come down to Laughlin. We cover a lot of MMA in Las Vegas. Hadn't seen either of those teams out there anytime in the recent past, but pretty good outing from them.
Yeah, and this particular organization, when they put on their fights, the promotion winds up putting together basically people from the military against other people from the military. So you have Marines fighting Air Force vets, and it's kind of it's a wonderful organization. It helps raise funds for military vets and stuff. So it all goes to a good cause. And when they match people up, usually the vets are the ones that come out and they get the crowd going and they love it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good night of fights. Our next event that we're going to cover is going to be for Tough Enough on the 21st. It's going to be Wednesday. It's going to be a great show. Some good fights coming up there. Who are we looking to see?
Of course, if you guys haven't caught it yet, we're running a Fight Life web series, and it's called The Fight Life. Right now we're following Dylan Jarling and Mikey Perez. They have a rematch happening. Basically, they fought once before. According to Mikey, he kind of got a little anxious with the positioning. He lost a sub, and Dylan wound up taking the TKO win. Now they're fighting for a title. It's a vacant 185-pound title, so they are going to be battling for it. There's a little bit of drama behind it, so make sure you guys go on to our YouTube. It's Fight Life Media on YouTube. Make sure you check that out with The Fight Life. We have the first episode up. We're going to be filming the second episode on Monday, and then we're going to get that episode out by Wednesday or Thursday, and then everything culminates with the weigh-ins, their fight, and post-fight interviews, so everybody sees what it's like when these guys go in and battle. Yeah.
Another good matchup. Jeff Roman's going to be on the card. They recently announced his opponent, so that's going to be an interesting fight for, I think, the 170 title, right?
Right. Yeah, Kavika Lagaska, he's suffered a broken foot, so he's going to be out for quite some time. So Jeff Roman is fighting for that title, and on top of that, he's one of our first fighters that we've actually come out and sponsored. We've gotten right behind him. I personally, I applaud Jeff. Jeff, has a great wrestling background. He's a real strong guy. I've seen him actually just recently in a grappling promotion where he went up against guys that were in there like Frank Trigg, Kyle Griffin, which is Tyson Griffin's brother. So he held his own. He did it pretty well, and he's only an amateur. He's only a blue belt. So this guy has a wonderful and bright future ahead of him.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a great card for Tough Enough that Wednesday night, November 21st. Go back to Bushido MMA, man. Those guys, they look so well-rounded, especially on this card. There were a lot of first-comers, a lot of guys for their first amateur fight. All the guys on Bushido MMA that fought tonight, they look really well-rounded. Good wrestling, good stand-up, just good all-around game.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we tend to overlook a lot, coming out and covering a lot of events here in Las Vegas, is that we focus primarily on some of the teams coming out of Arizona, guys coming out of Southern California. You see great guys, and of course, the hotbed for MMA in Las Vegas, fight capital. We have the best gyms, the best coaches, but the Southwest, it just can't be denied. You have Greg Jackson's out there. You have Mean One MMA, and that's Keith Jardine's thing. And the thing with that is that they cross train with Jackson's, and they train together to make themselves better and stronger. I've kind of covered Colorado as well, and a lot of these gyms, man, they pull together, they train hard. And they have something to prove, and when they come out to these places like Laughlin or anywhere near Las Vegas, they're going to fight a little bit harder because they want to be seen, and they push it.
Yeah, definitely the guys out of Mean One, the guys out of Bushido MMA, they looked great tonight. Also, some of the guys out of Rufus Sport look good tonight as well. So it's going to be exciting, heading into the future here. A lot of good amateur fighters out there. A lot of these guys turn pro soon. So about wraps it up. Make sure and check out all the post-fight interviews with the highlights. We're going to probably have a highlight video come out soon here as well. And as always, for additional coverage and exclusive content, make sure and check us out at fightlifemedia.com.